Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Kaura Tvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamutiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Srimad Bhagavatam Puranamamalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsam Ekamamalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraha Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyamavishkritam Tatshunman Supatan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchenara. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, and we have completed the first 3 slokas, which are considered to be the prelude of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it gives the Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojana knowledge of the entire Bhagavatam. In the first sloka, we discussed about 5 different vastus of this book. Vastu means what it comes to explain. What is the objective of the book? So we saw 5 different objectives of Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the second sloka and the third sloka, we discussed about the Abhidaya and Prayojana. So in the third sloka, we saw how Bhagavatam is, how Raganuga Bhakti is the Prayojana of sadhana bhakti and the sadhya bhakti. Sadhya bhakti is raganuga bhakti or prema bhakti. These are all the things that we discussed in the first 3 slokas. We have seen elaborate description. Anyway, these 3 slokas are very unique to Srimad Bhagavatam. which is not found in, even though there are so many, or there are 6 Sattvic Puranas that describe the glories of Lord Vishnu. Bhagavatam is very unique because it gives summum bonum of all the other scriptures, and it is considered to be beyond the 3 modes of material nature. Now, last week we saw the 4th sloka. We discussed 4th sloka. Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 1st chapter, 4th sloka. From this sloka, actually, this entire chapter, it discusses about the questions that are put forth by Saunakadi Rishis to Sutta Goswami. But first 3 slokas acted as an intro or prelude to the first entire Bhagavatam that we discussed. Now, from 4th onwards, there is going to be somewhat story type is going to be there. So from 4th only, actually, the first chapter starts. So we will recite the 4th sloka once, and then we will move on to have a small recap of what we saw in the previous session. So SB 1.1.4. Naimishe nimishashetrah Saunakadayah nimishashetre Rishayah Saunakadayah Satram Swargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samamhasata. Anyone would like to recite?
Shall I recite, Mathaji? Naimishe nimisha kshetre shrayah saunakadayak satram swargaya lokaya sahasra masata.
Actually, I'll just make the change. Sloka is not properly divided. I'll just make the change and then I'll share the screen. Now it is okay. Anyone else wants to join?
Mathaji.
Yes, Mathaji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Naimishe Nimishakshetre Rishaya Saunikadayah Satram Swargaya Lokaya Sahasra Samam Asata. Hare Krishna Mathaji.
Okay, we will go. We'll move on with the meaning. We have already discussed. We're just going to recap it now. So this Animisha Kshetra. What is Animisha Kshetra? Nimisha is considered to be the time that we take to blink the eyes once. So this Animisha refers to one who doesn't blink the eye. So whom does it refer to? The demigods or Lord Vishnu. So generally human beings, they need to blink the eyes time to time. But demigods or the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is not required for them. So that is a special characteristics. But here it refers to Lord Vishnu particularly. How it is referring to Lord Vishnu, why not the demigods, that we will discuss later. So Animisha means one who don't blink the eye, which generally refers to demigods. But in this particular sloka, Saunakadi Rishi, Sutta Goswami, or this is as well said by Saunakadi Rishis. So they are referring to Lord Vishnu. And then Rishayah Saunakadayah. So these sages, actually Saunaka refers to one Rishi and his entire group, or it may refer to each of the sages who belong to a particular lineage. So Saunakadaya, Rishis headed by Saunaka, or they themselves are Saunakadi Rishikal. So Satram Asata. So they all themselves they wanted to do a sacrifice. Some kind of yajna to do good for the people of material world. They decided because actually the Kali was approaching. It was almost the end of Dwapara and then the beginning of Kali. So they wanted to do a yajna that too lasting for 1,000 years, Sahasra Samam. Why they wanted to do it? To attain the planet of Lord Vishnu. Generally, it is said as Swargaya. In this particular sloka, it is mentioned as Swargalokaya. But here, Swarga may refer to the Swargaloka or it may refer to abode of Lord Vishnu. Why it has two meanings and how it is to be considered or how we should understand it, we will discuss it. So, in the beginning, so this is considered to be literally the beginning of the first chapter, and hence again, Vishwanath Chakravarti wanted to offer his obeisances to his gurus. Especially, he mentioned Sridhara Swami based on his Bhavartha Deepika commentary to Bhagavatam. Sridhara Swami's commentary to Bhagavatam is Bhavartha Deepika. Based on that only, he has given his commentary to that is Sarartha Darshana. Okay. So here we have already seen this. Who is a guru of? He also offers his respects to his guru, which connects to Narottam Das Thakur, and Narottam Das Thakur connects to Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami, Loknath Goswami, and then from him to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like that, the lineage goes. And he himself states the commentary. His commentaries, he has termed it to be Sarartha Darshana. And he says it is going to be a rain of nectar. It is going to give bliss to all the devotees. So he also, and the Vyasadeva has invoked auspiciousness already in the first sloka itself. Vyasadeva has mentioned the term Om. So Om invokes auspiciousness, or Atha also invokes auspiciousness. So for that he gives a reference. So in the ancient time, Atha Dwadasodhyaya, Atha Prathamodaya, we used to say in Bhagavad Gita before starting recitation of Bhagavad Gita, we used to say Atha or Om. Both means the same. They wanted to invoke auspiciousness. And also, how this Kshetra got the name Nimisha. There are two reasons stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. The first one is a story actually. So all these rishis wanted to, in the earlier time, before this, they wanted to do some good thing, or they wanted to do some meditation or tapasya. All these rishis, they went to Lord Brahma. So he told them, I'm going to create a mind wheel. So that wheel, I'm going to toss it, and wherever the rim of the wheel, which is termed to be Nemi. So wherever the Nemi of the wheel is going to land, that place you can start your tapasya or whatever auspicious activities you wanted to perform. That place you can perform. Like that he told. And these rishis, they followed the wheel. And then this landed in particularly the Uttar Pradesh. Now it is Uttar Pradesh. This Naimisharanya Kshetra. So this Nemi fell in a particular place, and it was a forest. So it is termed to be Naimisharanya. So the Lord Vishnu is in the form of a forest in this particular place. So Lord Vishnu is in the form of water in Pushkar, which is near Ajmer. That is in, I think it is in Rajasthan. And here in Uttar Pradesh, current state I'm saying. So in today's day, it is termed to be Naimisharanya. It is in UP, Uttar Pradesh. So this, because of this particular reason, the place is termed to be Nimisha Kshetra or Naimisharanya. Aranya means forest. So here is always Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains one particular meaning and he gives reference also. So he gives his reference how these rishis were praying to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma tossed the wheel. all these things is stated in Vayu Purana. This we saw, this mental wheel, Brahma is saying, this mental wheel created by me will be released. The place where the rim of the wheel, the rim comes off, will be, that is, it lands, will be favorable for performing austerities. Having said this and having created the wheel brilliant like the sun, so the wheel was equivalent to sun. Today also, if we go to Naimisharanya Kshetra, this wheel is there, Chakra Tirtha is there, and the wheel, the rim landed, and there's a Tirtha that was formed. And today, even if you go to Naimisharanya Kshetra, you can take bath in this wheel. And this wheel, no, the center of the wheel, the depth cannot be determined. Many scientists try to do research in this. They all of them just failed. They didn't know from where the water is coming. They wanted to find the source of the water. They wanted to research on the rim till what depth it is going, but they couldn't determine. They all failed. So this because this wheel is what to say, magical wheel that was tossed by Lord Brahma. So here Brahma states this: I only created this wheel. It is brilliant like the sun. So it is all mind wheel only. But today, if you go like the wheel, they have made a circular thing, and we can take bath in that. So offering his respects to it, released that great deity, the wheel deity. Then the Brahmanas, they went to that particular place where the rim fell, and that forest is known to be as Naimisha. And because it is a forest, it is Naimisharanya, and it is worshipped by the sages. So why this Naimisharanya, I mean, the Saunakadi Rishigal wanted to do some austerity, because they, one point of view is that they wanted to do something in, because they do not have, they've left all their worldly desires. They wanted to do some meditation or something good for the people. They are yet to decide what to do, but they are thinking of doing a yajna for 1,000, that last for 1,000 years, so that people of Kali Yuga are going to be get benefited because of that yajna. But later what happened, they met with Sutta Goswami. Because of Sutta Goswami's bhakti potency, they had the pure devotional service beej, that is a seed of pure devotional service, planted in their heart. So, but previously they were considered to be Jignashu devotees or Sakama Karmis. So it is mentioned here, Swargaya refers to the place they wanted to go. They wanted to do some yajna and attain Swargaloka. So various devotees, that's why Vishnu Chakra Thakur mentions this point here. Various devotees have personal desires to fulfill through various type of bhakti, but it is all according to Sattva Guna guidance only. So all these desires, all the desires of these people upon which their minds are fixed, free of distraction, have become fixed, can be fulfilled by immersion in the topics of Bhagavatam. So later they are going to meet Sutta Goswami, and then they're going to hear Bhagavatam. But all anyone has any type of desire, they can approach Srimad Bhagavatam. We have discussed this in a very explained manner in the previous sloka only, previous and the before that sloka. So any desire you have, you can approach Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam will also reciprocate, because Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. So Krishna is in your heart. Any devotee, any transcendentalist for that matter, Kama Sarva Kamova, Moksha Kamova. You want anything from the material world, Bhagavatam will grant you. You want anything from the, you want to attain Krishna, Bhagavatam can grant you. You want to attain impersonal Brahman, Bhagavatam can grant you the wish. But according to that person's inclination, and when he approaches Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam is ready to. That's why it is termed as wish fulfilling tree, a fruit of wish fulfilling tree. That is Vedas. So the Bhagavatam has been arranged to bring out the point clearly at the very beginning with the description of the sages of Naimisharanya. So what these sages initially thought, they wanted to go to Swarga. That's why they approached Brahma, and then they started to do something good. And that time they met Sutta Goswami, and they started to hear Bhagavatam. Initially they were Sakama devotees only. Then this is where we ended our discussion last week. Now again, for this one reference, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives. So having done that, the Lord then spoke to what the second reason is mentioned. First reason why the Kshetra got the name Naimisharanya, we see the wheel landed in that particular area. The second reason, Lord Vishnu killed one demon. And this, for killing the demon, Lord took only a fraction of seconds. That the time that we blink our eye, that time he killed one particular demon in this particular place. So this Nimisha, he finished the demon within a Nimisha. So this place is called, and it is a forest, hence this place is called Naimisharanya. So that for that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is giving a reference from a sloka. Evam kritva tato devo munim gauramukam tata uvacha nimishe nedam nihatam danavam balam aranyesmim tatastva etan naimisharanya samyitam bhavishyati yatartam vai brahmananam visheshakam. So here Lord himself says to this particular sage, Gauramukha, he says, having done that, the Lord then spoke to Gauramukha. The powerful demon was killed in that forest quickly in a moment. Nimishe. Thus, this place is called Naimisharanya. I will be very suitable for Brahmanas and this place is very suitable for Brahmanas in the future if they wanted to do some austerity. So this is another reason. So two reasons we saw. One is the rim was the rim of the imaginary wheel that Brahma touched landed in this particular place. Hence, it is called Nimi. Nimi is the rim of the wheel, and hence this place is called Naimisharanya. And the second reason, Lord Vishnu killed a demon within a fraction of seconds, within a Nimisha, and hence this particular Kshetra is Naimisharanya Kshetra. This we saw. So by using the word with this meaning, it is suggested that. So when the Lord does one act, but it has so many effects. Lord is a cause, and there are so many effects. So whoever goes to this particular place, like that, Lord killed the demon within no time, like that, the demon within us, the anarthas within us, will get vanquished if we go to this particular place and worship any type of austerity perform this particular place. The Lord cleanses vanquishes all our anarthas in the heart. And if there are any type of inclination, you hear Bhagavatam, you become directed to pure devotional service. So that is the potency of this particular Kshetra. So in the beginning, Saunaka and other rishis, they are very much attached to Sakama Karma. So they wanted to do some austerity, and as a result of that austerity, they wanted to attain Swargaloka. This is considered to be Sakama Karma. They are attached to the fruit of the activities that they perform. So they went to Lord Brahma and they asked for a suitable place. Lord Brahma also granted. So they are now ready to do 1,000 yajnas, 1,000 that will last for 1,000 years together. Of course, they are doing it in Sattva Guna only because they are all rishis. So thus the words indicates that they perform sacrifice for attaining Swarga. So they are somewhat considered to be Sakama devotees, but one who is Jignasu, they also heard Srimad Bhagavatam because they had a quest to acquire knowledge also. So Artho Ajnasi, Artho Arthati, Jnani, Jignasu. See, these four category people also go to Krishna. That is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So these Saunakadi rishis, they wanted to inquire from Sutta Goswami also because they were in that category. And later, when they met Sutta Goswami, before the meeting Sutta Goswami, their desire was to do some yajna that will last for 1,000 years and then attain Lord Vishnu and attain Swargaloka. But later, when they met Sutta Goswami, they got purified. So, Artho, Jignashu, Arthati, Jnani. So, all these four categories of people, they are considered to be devotees by the Supreme Personality of God out of His causeless mercy. But these Saunakadi Rishis, Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, these Saunakadi Rishis, they are categorized into Jignashu category. And Hartati was Dhruva Maharaj. Henceforth, we'll see when we'll discuss it again. So here, by association of Sutta Goswami, Ugrasravas, they developed a small taste for bhakti. So their Jignashu was just touched by the pure devotee, and that turned to be Bhakti Sukruti. So they got the seed of pure devotional service. Or pure Shraddha, into pure Shraddha or Ruchi. Ruchi means not that after Anattanavati Ruchi will come, no, not that, but some taste for pure devotional service. Till this time, they were Sakama devotees expecting to go to Swargaloka, and they were Jignashu also. They were inquisitive also to acquire knowledge. So by the arrangement of the Lord, they met with Sutta Goswami. After that, what happens? The same inquisitiveness turned into pure devotional service. So that is being explained here, this particular sloka. Later they themselves confirm this. Saunakadi Rishis. Karmanyasmin anavase dhumam dumratmanam atmanam bhavam avapyati govinda pada padam savam madhu. So what they say, you let us blacken by the smoke this uncertain sacrifice, drink the intoxicated nectar of the lotus feet of Govinda. So what they are saying to Sutta Goswami, they are saying, we were planning to do thousand years yajnas. What will happen? What will be the result of that planning? All our faces could have become blackened. No other result we are going to get. Of course, they may go to Swargaloka, but still it is temporary result only. That's why they are appreciating Sutta Goswami. Because of you, it's our good fortune that we met you. And now we are drinking the Govinda Pada Padma Savam Madhu. We are drinking the nectarine, intoxicating nectarine of the lotus feet of Govinda. So they were very happy that they met Sutta Goswami, and all their Sakama desires to go to Swarga. Now they want, again, in this sloka also it is mentioned Swargaya only. Now what happened after meeting Sutta Goswami, this Swargaya is again retermed, rephrased by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. How the meaning is changed, that we will see. So when they took up bhakti, then their inquisitiveness, Jignashu, that particular inquisitiveness, became weakened. That became less, and all their desire to attain material Swargaloka, Bhuha Swarga, it is within 14 planetary system, that also became false. What happened? Later they say what happened. Kalim agatam agnyaya kshetrasmin vaishnave vayam asin dirgha satrena katayam sakshane harehe. So this Swarga, that refers to Lord Vishnu's place. How to understand this? This Nimishe also, Annimishe also, it does not refer to any demigods. And Swarga also does not refer to the material planetary system. It refers to Lord Vishnu. Animisha refers to Lord Vishnu. How they are saying, knowing well that the age of Kali has already begun, we assembled here in the holy place to hear at great length the transcendental message of Godhead, and this way perform sacrifice. So their desire to perform sacrifice was there, but that turned into Shravana sacrifice. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. So Kirtana is a type of yajna. Shravana is also a kind of yajna. Any austerity, you are going to sit there and hear from a speaker. So I have prepared everything. I am speaking in front of you, but you are very patient and very inquisitive that you are giving your ears to me. Similarly, they had inquisitiveness, but by the mercy of the Lord, they got Sutta Goswami. So because of, they are stating this further in the 21st sloka, they are stating, so when Kali approached, they wanted to do something good. Anyway, they tried to do some yajna, but because of Lord's arrangement, they met with Sutta Goswami. They heard Srimad Bhagavatam, and then in this way, they became purified. Pure devotional service seed was planted in them. So they say this. And this is done because there was potency, bhakti potency in Bhagavatam, and there is bhakti potency in the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam. So because of this power of bhakti, they got cleansed. They got cleansed, they got detached from all their varnashrama duties, and then they started to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So they hear Srimad Bhagavatam, all their attachment to varnashrama duties got detached. And further, because of power of bhakti, even Sukadeva Goswami, who was attached to getting liberation, he got changed. He got changed to a pure devotee himself. So that is a potency of bhakti and Bhagavatam. So this association of devotees are very, very important. We should understand that. So further, yes, Swarga, they wanted to attain Swarga. For that, we are going to see how Vishnu Chakra Thakur terms what Swarga means. Before that, O king, though I was fixed in, so this is what Sukadeva Goswami says to Parishit Maharaj later in the second canto. How he became cleansed. He was first, before an impersonalist, he was a jnani, but later he turned to be a pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How it happened? Because of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva wanted to give Bhagavatam to Sukadeva Goswami, but he was not ready to hear. He was going, immediately after his birth, he just walked away from his father, because he was very much interested in attaining the impersonal Brahman. So he wanted to do some tapasya and all. But later, when Vyasadeva, he made some forest living people to recite 2-3 slokas from Bhagavatam, and that attracted Sukadeva Goswami. So this is what here Parishit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, O king, though I was fixed in Brahman, that is Parinishta Api, he was fixed in Brahman, and beyond the gunas, nirgunas here. So Brahman is beyond 3 modes of material nature. When you want to leave this material world, all your subtle gross, everything should be gone. Then only attaining Brahman is possible. We should not think that attaining Brahman is, of course, it is termed to be inferior, but still it is better than the material world, attachment to this material world. So attaining Brahman is also difficult, and it is also superior only. But compared to attaining the Goloka planet of Krishna, this is considered to be inferior. But inferior to that is material world. But in order to caution devotees, it is always said by acharyas that Brahman is not the place for interest for devotees. And it is true also, because we should not tend to become God. In that term, acharyas are warning us. But Brahman is also beyond 3 modes of material nature. Yeah, and it has mostly the Sat component in it. Of course, Ananda is that, but not as much as Ananda when we experience in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahman is considered to be inferior, but it is better than attachment to this material enjoyment. So, O king, though I was fixed in Brahman and beyond the gunas, nirguna, my mind became attracted to the pastimes of Uttama Sloka Leelaya. Now, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, his mind was attracted to Uttama Sloka Leelaya. That means what? He is a pure devotee. So first he was an impersonalist, and then after hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, he became a pure devotee. So Bhagavatam has the power of bhakti, that it delivers the power of bhakti directly into the heart of the hearer. I thus learned about his pastime. So he learned it, he understood it, he realized it, and then he had prema also for the Lord. So after hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Sutta Goswami, the Saunakadayas, they were no more Sakama devotees. They became Nishkama devotees, or the pure devotional service seed was planted in their heart. So now what is their goal? Again, the same sloka, Swargaya may refer to the abode of the Lord. How? Because Gaya, that is Giyate, glorified Giyate, that is Gaya. Gaya means, Ga means Giyate. So Swargaya means that Lord who is being glorified by the people of Swarga. So Swarga means who is praised in Swarga, that is the Lord. So Swargaya Lokaya means the abode of the Supreme Lord. So Urugaya means who is greatly prized. So all the Sada Pashyati Suraya, it says, Bhagavatam states later in 10th canto, that all the demigods are looking in the direction of the Vaikuntha, and they are always prizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all the Swargavasis are Gayate, they are glorifying the Lord. So Swargaya Lokaya refers to the Lord who is glorified in the Swarga, and then the abode of the Lord is Swargaya Lokaya. So after meeting Sutta Goswami, Saunakadi Rishaya's aim is to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or attain the Swargaya Lokaya, which is the Vaikuntha Loka, or the planet abode of Lord Krishna. Therefore, Swargaya Lokaya means going to the Vaikuntha of the Lord. And in the same way, Animisha, they don't blink. So it may refer to demigod. Why do you want to put here specifically Lord Vishnu? Because Animisha refers to later in this sloka, they state Saunakadi Rishikal term this to be Animisha Kshetra, but later in the 21st sloka, they term this place to be Vaishnava Kshetra, where Lord Vishnu is Vaishnav. Kshetres mean Vaishnave, a place of Lord Vishnu. That's why here Lord Vishnu is present in the form of a forest, Aranya. So when we equate these two slokas, here it is stated that Animishe Kshetre. Later they stated to be as Kshetra. Kshetres mean Vaishnave. So it is the place of Vishnu, but here they state to be Animisha Kshetra. So Animisha is replaced by Vishnu. So hence they refer this Kshetra to be not demigods, any of the demigods place, but they refer to Vaishnava place only. That is Vishnu's place only. So that Swargaya refers to Vaikuntha Loka, and Animisha Kshetra refers to Vishnu's place only. So Naimisha Kshetra, because there is no particular, if we go to Jagannath, no one will object. Lord of Krishna is there, his form is there, everyone is glorifying Lord. If you go to Tirupati, no one will object because Lord Balaji is the Shanga Chakra, Kata Padma is there, they will accept Vishnu. But in this particular place, it is Aranya, the Lord is in the form of a forest. They may later, even today, when you go to Naimisharanya Kshetra, there is a famous Kali temple. So they may think that this place belongs to some demigod, and they start worshipping there. And later, after few years, what will happen? The entire philosophy will get perverted. So that's why here Vishnu Thakur wanted to state everything in a very clear manner. So Animisha refers to Vishnu only, because later they the same Saunakadi Rishikal refers this place to be place of Lord Vishnu, and Swargaya refers to Vaikuntha Loka only, because after meeting Sutta Goswami, they became they had pure devotional service seed sowed in their heart. So they applied themselves to performing. First, they wanted to perform some karma, pious prescribed actions, which were to last for 1,000 years. But later, they started to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So here, with this, this sloka is over. 1.1.4. The sloka we will again read the sloka once. नैमिषे निमिषे क्षेत्रे ऋषयः सौनकादयः satram swargaya lokaya sahasrasam asata. So they had an idea to do some kind of yajna and then attain swarga loka. But later, because of their touch with Suta Goswami, by the mercy of the Lord, the same Shravana yajna was performed, and they were into the worship of Lord Vishnu in pure devotional service. And later they attained the Vaikuntha Loka. They wanted to attain the Vaikuntha planets. So this is what we saw in this sloka. And in the fifth sloka, we'll move on to 1.1.5. Ta ekadatu munayah ekadatu munayah प्रातर्हुतहुताग्न्ययः प्रातर्हुतहुताग्न्ययः सत्कृतं सूतम् आसीनं पप्रचोरिदमादरात् Any of you wanted to recite this sloka?
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I?
Yes, Mathaji.
Hare Krishna. स एकदा तु मुनयः प्रातर्हुताहुताग्नयः सत्कृतं सूतमासीनं पप्रचुर् इदमादरात्. हरे कृष्ण माताजी. हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Yes, Mathaji.
तत् एकधातु मुनयः प्रातर्हुतहुताग्नयः सत्कृतं सूतमासीनं पप्रचुरितमादरात्.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Can
Yes.
I recite?
Yes, Mathaji.
त एकदातु मुनयः प्रातर्हुतहुताग्नयः सत्कृतं सूतमासीनं पप्रचुरिदमादरात्. Hare Krishna.
So we see the ekadatu. So once upon a time, like that only the story will start, no? So here it is said ekadatu, once. Te munayaha, those sages who were in the Naimisharanya, those sages, hutagnyayah, having offered oblations into the sacrificial fire. So already they started the yajna. Pratr, in the morning, Adarat, with great respect, Sutam idam praprachur. So they started to inquire from Suta Goswami. So that means what? Suta Goswami was already there in the Naimisharanya Kshetra. So we also understand that before hearing from Suta Goswami, all these Rishayaga were once here. They also were hearing from Suta Goswami's father, Romaharshana Suta. We remember, no, that past time that Lord Balram, he killed Romaharshana Suta. And then those rishis were there, no? So Saunakadaya was, they were present that time also. So they could identify who was Suta Goswami. So Suta Goswami was the son of Romaharshana Suta. So these Romaharshanas, they are considered to be they are considered to be the Roma, or the hair in the lotus feet of the Lord, actually. We'll see it later. Anyway, here it is stated Sudam idam praprachu. So they wanted to inquire from Suta Goswami. Already we saw, no, they are jignashus. In that category they come. They are inquisitive. So they wanted to know certain things, because Kali age of Kali was approaching. So they wanted to know certain things. So they approached Suta Goswami, which means that Suta Goswami was already there in Naimisharanya, who had been received properly. Satkritam Asinam. So they just didn't go and we casually meet, no, even though we give great respect to our Guru Maharaj and all of them. But those who are in Madhyama Adhikari category, we just go and speak to them like that. Actually, Madhyamadhikari category people should also be offered obeisances. Prabhupada states that anyone who is initiated, who has a spiritual master, they represent their spiritual master. So we should offer us obeisances to those devotees who are initiated. So this we should have in our mind. Even though if we are not able physically do it, we should mentally offer our obeisances, and we should say proper respect should be given to them. So here Sutta Goswami was met by Saunakadi rishis, and they just then casually started speaking with him. They properly invited him. They gave them asana, agnya, pada, path, everything. They with all their respects, and then they gave him asana. They seated him. They actually further they glorified him also. So here they gave him proper respect, and then they wanted to inquire something that we will see further. So Vishwan Chakravarti says, Huta Hutagnyaya Munaya means the sages who had offered oblations into the sacrificial fire. Huta means we see in Bhagavad Gita, no? Krishna says, I am Huta. So here it is stated the sages had offered oblations, butter, and then various fruits, leaves, flowers, they are all offered in the sacrificial fire. Like that, they were doing some sacrifice. Hutagnyaya. So in the sacrificial fire, that is known as Hutagnyaya. And Huta is the offerings that is put in the sacrificial fire, that are put in the sacrificial fire. Okay, this is what we see in this. So they have met Sutta Goswami. Now they are going to glorify Sutta Goswami. How they are glorifying Sutta Goswami, we will see further. So this is session 3. So there are around 3-4 slokas where Sutta Goswami is being glorified. So it is from 6 to 8, 6, 7, 8, 3 slokas, where first Sutta Goswami is being glorified by Saunakadi Rishaya. So from this act also we understand whenever we meet with devotees, we first glorify them. Not that we say something which they don't stand for. We genuinely glorify, because if you say something which they don't stand for, what will happen? Pride will increase in them. We don't want to fire the pride in them. We glorify them. Being a devotee of Lord Vishnu is also in itself is a thing to glorify, right? So when they are sincere, they are sincere in their sadhana, we can glorify them. Further, their genuine qualities we can glorify. In this way, we will appreciate them on the spirit. We both will be in the spiritual platform. Means we don't materially approach them. We'll be very cautious while we share our thoughts with the other devotees. So it is better to glorify Vaishnavas. So here it is said. So in the 6th sloka, we will read the sloka. Rishayahu uchu. Uchu means it is plural. There are so many Saunakadi Rishayas. So many, more than 1 or 2 rishis. So it is said as uchu. Gopiya uchu. It is said in Gopi Geet, no? So means it is plural form. So Rishaya uchu. Vaya kalu Puranani, Tvaya Kalu Puranani, Setihasani Sanaga, Akhyatani Api Aditani, Akhyatani Api Aditani, Dharma Sastrani, Yanyuta, Dharma Sastrani Yanyuta. Any of you wanted to repeat these slogans? Anandi Mathaji.
Taya Kalu Purana Sitipasani Chanaka Akhyatani Abhyadhitani Dharma Shastrani Yanika.
Hare Krishna. Suhasini Mai.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji.
Hare Krishna.
ऋषयौचुः त्वया खलु पुराणानि तेतिहासानि चानघ आख्यातानि अपि अधीतानि धर्मशास्त्राणि यान्युत हरे
Correct.
कृष्ण
So here we see the sages said, of course it's plural, Anaga, O sinless Suta Goswami. So Anaga means even Krishna calls Arjuna to be Anaga, one who is sinless. One who is sinless means they are always constantly in touch with Srimad Bhagavatam. One who is in constant touch with Srimad Bhagavatam, they are naturally sinless. Or the four regulative principles that Prabhupada has given us, one who strictly follows the four regulative principles, they are naturally sinless. So devotees are naturally sinless because they are in touch with Srimad Bhagavatam. They are constantly in touch with Srimad Bhagavatam and they are following the four regulative principles. So Sutta Goswami was also always in touch with Srimad Bhagavatam. So here he is called to be as Anaga, sinless. Kalu, certainly. Tvaya akhyanyapi aditani. So it means that it is a very good quality that we also have, we should also follow. Akhyanyapi aditani. He has not only read, he has not only studied Srimad Bhagavatam, he also explained it. So the sages state, you have not only studied, see, they here the word reading is not mentioned, study is. So Bhagavatam we should study. Actually, when you today you are planning to read read Bhagavatam for 1 hour you take, or half an hour. You are trying to cover 2-3 slokas. So when you read one sloka and read the word to word and read the translation and purport, immediately after completing it, I'm just suggesting it, you close the book and then try to recollect 2-3 points that you have that Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport, or you try to recollect one line of the verse, and in doing so, you will be studying Srimad Bhagavatam, not reading it but studying it. So you will never forget what Prabhupada said. So in this way, when you study Srimad Bhagavatam, naturally when you meet someone, another devotee, you will start to share what you have studied. That's why it is important to study Srimad Bhagavatam. Tvaya akyani, akyatani api haditani. So akyatani is one thing, that is you have studied, but you are able to discuss it also. You are able to explain it, explain that also. So tvaya akyatani api haditani. What he is able to explain, the Puranas, what he has studied, the Puranas, Puranani and Dharma Sastrani, not only Puranas but also the Dharma Sastras, along with Itikasani, Itihasani. So along with the histories such as Mahabharata. So he has studied, even though I mentioned it to be Srimad Bhagavatam because he is going to discuss Bhagavatam only. But here he was well versed in all these things: Purana, Dharma Sastra, and Itihasani. Why Vedas are not mentioned? Because Suta refers to a person who is who falls in the lower category, not in the first 3 category: Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. According to those, in those times, the 4th category people, they were not allowed to read Vedas because, of course, it is because of their quality. They always wanted to be they are always in sense enjoyment. So for them, the austerity to read Vedas was not there. So naturally, they were not allowed to read Vedas. But here, Suta Goswami was an exception because all the Saunakadi rishis were their Brahmanas. They were in the higher order. They were rishis in the first category of Varnashram system. They were in the first category of Varnashram system, but they are approaching a person who is not in the first 3 category of Varnashram system, who is not a Brahmana. Actually, Suta Goswami is in the lineage of Romaharshana, and if you see a person who is in the higher category, when he marries a person in the lower category, then it is considered to be inter lineage marriage. Now we state it to be intercaste marriage, but we understand it differently. But in those days, when a Brahmana marries a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a lower class woman, he is considered to be the son that is born to them is considered to be of lower caste. So Suta Goswami is one such person. So he is called as Suta. So here, the hence Saunakada Rishi stating that you have studied and you are able to explain Puranas, Dharma Shastras and Itihasas, including Mahabharata. Vedas they didn't mention. And it doesn't mean that Suta Goswami is lesser than a Brahmana, because we see that the Brahmanas are approaching Suta Goswami to hear from him. So even though this is subtly mentioned, but it doesn't demoralize Suta Goswami. That we should understand. So they are saying you have studied Puranas, Dharma Shastras, Itihasas, but they are also glorifying Suta Goswami. So Itihasani refers to works such as Mahabharata. So there are two Itihasas as of we know, Ramayana and Mahabharata. But here particularly Mahabharata is being mentioned. Okay. So I will stop here. Any doubts are there? Actually, we should discuss only the 500 slokas I mentioned, but this particular chapter alone will go through the entire chapter, because there are 6 questions, important questions that is being asked by Suta Goswami, Saunakadi Rishis, and based on those questions only, entire Bhagavatam is being discussed. So this first chapter alone will cover all these slokas, and then from after that we'll try to see what are all the important slokas in the other. We'll discuss the important slokas only from the other chapters. Any doubts are there?
Thank you so much, Mathaji. Very nicely explained, and so much to learn. Like we have to glorify devotees and reading Bhagavatam, studying instead of reading, we have to study Bhagavatam. And there are a lot of takeaways for us, which we have to follow. Thank you so much, Mathaji, for explaining about all this.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, and small doubt, Mataji. Swargaya means the Lord who is glorified in heaven. And the Lokaya are for the devotees who are always in touch with the Lord. So in Swarga, are the devotees are always in touch with the Lord?
No. Swargaya Lokaya means, Ga means to sing. The Swarga people, they always sing the glories of the Lord. So who is the Lord Vishnu? They always sing the glories of Lord Vishnu. So Swargaya Lokaya refers to Lord Vishnu's abode. The person who is glorified in Swarga, his abode, Swargaya Lokaya. It is there in this slide. I'll just share it to you. You will understand it.
Yes, Mataji, the first slide.
Glorified means giyate. So swar gaya means a person who is glorified, who is prized in Swarga. That is Lord Vishnu, because all the demigods always glorify their master, who is Lord Vishnu. So a person's abode, Swargaya Lokaya. Swargaya refers to Lord Vishnu, and Lokaya refers to his abode, which is Vaikuntha or Goloka.
Yes, Mataji. Now I understood. Thank you, Mataji.
Mataji, so these Dharma Shastras and Itihasas, they come under Puranas. Is it, Mataji?
No, Dharma Shastra are given by different Manus. Manusmriti is there, no? Those are all Dharma Shastras. So according to that particular Vaivashvata Manu, that particular time period, one Manu appears, right? That he senses different time, place, and circumstances, and they give what are all to be done by particular set of Varnashrama people. So those are Dharma Sastras. Daily what a person should do according to Vedas are so vast. So what are all the practical things that a person should do according to his Varna and Ashrama, that is being stated in Dharma Sastras. What is that? They are always cursing, no? Manusmriti, that is Dharma Sastra.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
So if there are no further questions, we'll stop here. Grantat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam papanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. Anantapati Vaishnava.
Mataji, kindly stop the live streaming. Hari bol.
Yes, Mathaji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.